The video transcript presents itself as direct divine communication, making several concerning assertions. Claims to be direct messages from Jesus/God to individual viewers. Insists on absolute secrecy and warns against sharing the revelation. Promises extraordinary blessings and life transformations in December's final days. Creates artificial urgency and exclusivity around the message. Uses emotional manipulation through fear of disobedience and promises of special status. Red flags of manipulative spiritual content. 1. Exclusivity and special status claims. The problem: the message tells viewers they are uniquely chosen and special, different from everyone else. Why this is concerning: legitimate spiritual guidance emphasizes our common humanity and shared spiritual journey. Claims of exclusive divine communication to random individuals online exploit people's desire to feel special and chosen, while simultaneously isolating them from community discernment. 2. Demands for secrecy. The problem: the content repeatedly insists that the revelation must be kept secret from everyone, including trusted friends, family, and spiritual advisors. Why this is concerning: authentic spiritual experiences are typically shared within trusted religious communities for discernment and support. Secrecy demands prevent critical evaluation and isolate individuals from wise counsel. This mirrors tactics used in cults and abusive relationships. 3. Specific date predictions. The problem: the content makes specific promises about what will happen in the final days of December. Why this is concerning: throughout history, specific date predictions for divine intervention have consistently failed. This pattern has left countless people disappointed, disillusioned, and sometimes financially or emotionally devastated. Examples include the Great Disappointment of 1844, Y2K prophecies, 2012 end times predictions, and numerous others. Psychological manipulation techniques used. Emotional vulnerability exploitation. Targets people during reflective, emotionally charged end-of-year periods. Exploits feelings of loneliness, uncertainty, and spiritual seeking. Creates false hope during difficult times. Artificial intimacy creation. Uses intimate, personal language to create false sense of divine relationship. Mimics authentic religious experience while being artificially manufactured. Exploits genuine human longing for divine connection. Fear-based compliance. Suggests negative consequences for sharing or disobeying. Creates anxiety about diminishing power of the revelation. Uses fear to enforce behavioral control. Vague but grand promises. Makes sweeping claims about life transformation without specific details. Promises resolution to all problems and pain. Creates unrealistic expectations that cannot be fulfilled. Theological and religious concerns. From Christian perspectives. Many mainstream Christian denominations would raise concerns about claims of direct divine dictation. Most Christian traditions emphasize that divine revelation comes through established scriptures, church tradition, and community discernment. Emphasis on secrecy. Christianity generally emphasizes sharing faith within community, not hiding it. Focus on material blessings. Authentic Christian spirituality typically emphasizes spiritual growth, service to others, and relationship with God over personal material gain. Bypassing established religious authority, most Christian churches have processes for evaluating claimed revelations from other religious traditions. Similar concerns exist across faith traditions. Islam emphasizes that Muhammad was the final prophet, making new revelations suspect. Judaism has established processes for religious interpretation and community discernment. Buddhism focuses on personal spiritual development rather than external divine commands. Hinduism, while acknowledging various spiritual experiences, emphasizes guidance from established teachers and traditions. Historical context and patterns. Recurring historical patterns. This type of content follows patterns seen throughout history. Failed prophetic movements, from Montanism in early Christianity to modern failed predictions. Religious manipulation for gain, using spiritual authority to control or exploit followers. Exploitation of spiritual seeking, taking advantage of people's genuine desire for divine connection. Creation of dependency, making followers dependent on specific prophetic voices rather than developing their own spiritual discernment. Modern digital age concerns. The internet age has amplified these issues. Viral spread of unverified claims, content can reach millions without any verification process. Algorithmic amplification, platforms may promote engaging content regardless of accuracy. Parasocial relationships, people develop one-way emotional connections with online content creators. Echo chambers, algorithms can reinforce beliefs without exposing users to critical perspectives. Healthier approaches to spirituality. Authentic spiritual practice characteristics. Community engagement, sharing experiences with trusted religious communities for discernment. Humility, recognizing our limitations and need for guidance from others. Service orientation, focusing on helping others rather than receiving special status. Balanced approach, combining faith with reason and critical thinking. Established traditions, learning from time-tested spiritual practices and wisdom. Warning signs to always avoid. Any religious message demanding absolute secrecy. Claims of exclusive divine communication to random individuals. Specific date predictions for divine intervention. Messages that isolate you from family, friends, or religious community. Content that creates fear or anxiety about disobedience. Demands for money, personal information, or other commitments. Pressure to make immediate decisions without time for reflection. Questions for self-reflection. When encountering spiritual content online, ask yourself, does this encourage me to seek wisdom from trusted advisors, or does it demand secrecy? Does this make me feel superior to others, or does it emphasize our common humanity? Does this create fear and anxiety, or does it promote peace and wisdom? Does this align with established religious teachings I trust, or does it contradict them? Does this encourage healthy community relationships, or does it isolate me? Would respected religious leaders in my tradition support this message? Recommendations for spiritual seekers. For those seeking authentic spiritual guidance. Connect with established religious communities. Most traditions have local congregations, temples, or centers. Seek trained spiritual directors. Many traditions have trained counselors who can provide guidance. Study established religious texts. Focus on scriptures and teachings that have been tested over time. Practice discernment in community. Share spiritual experiences with trusted advisors for perspective. Develop regular spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, study, and service that don't depend on external revelations. For those who have been affected by such content. If you've been influenced by manipulative spiritual content, don't feel ashamed. Many sincere spiritual seekers have been misled by such content. Seek support. Talk to trusted friends, family members, or religious leaders. Reconnect with healthy spiritual practices. Return to established, community-based spiritual activities. Take time for healing. Spiritual manipulation can cause real emotional and psychological harm. Learn about manipulation tactics. Understanding these patterns can help prevent future exploitation. The value of genuine spiritual experience. What this analysis doesn't dispute. This critical perspective doesn't dismiss. The reality of authentic spiritual experience. The value of personal prayer and meditation. the possibility of divine guidance in people's lives. The importance of faith and hope in human experience. The role of religious community in providing meaning and support. What genuine spirituality typically includes. Authentic spiritual experience across traditions often includes humility and service, focus on helping others rather than receiving special status. Community discernment, sharing experiences within trusted religious communities. Growth over time, gradual spiritual development rather than instant transformation. Peace and wisdom, fruits of authentic spirituality include inner peace and practical wisdom. Consistency with established teaching, alignment with time-tested religious principles. Integration with daily life, spirituality that helps people live better, more ethical lives. Conclusion. While genuine spiritual experience and religious devotion are valuable parts of many people's lives, content like the video transcript exploits those sincere feelings through manipulation and false promises. The combination of exclusivity claims, secrecy demands, specific date predictions, and emotional manipulation represents a concerning pattern that has historically led to disappointment and harm. Healthy spirituality encourages community engagement rather than isolation, humility rather than claims of special status, hope grounded in realistic expectations, and personal growth through service to others. Those seeking authentic spiritual guidance are better served by established religious communities, trained clergy or spiritual directors, time-tested spiritual practices, and balanced approaches that include both faith and reason. Remember, authentic divine communication, if it exists, would likely encourage you to seek wisdom from your community, to serve others humbly, and to grow gradually in spiritual maturity, not to keep secrets that isolate you from those who care about your well-being. The path to genuine spiritual fulfillment lies not in exclusive revelations from internet videos, but in the patient cultivation of wisdom, compassion, and service within communities of faith and practice that have been tested by time and experience.